Just getting everything going here before we get started. Okay, just making sure we got everything good before we actually get going. Hello everyone. Oh, I wanted to try doing the dual stream, so I'm just gonna stop the stream for a second. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna figure this one out real quick, because we all know that YouTube Shorts generate a silly amount of traffic. For those of you that don't know, YouTube, like, live streams can be automatically converted to dual streams. So one. Okay, we should be back now. Oh god, that is horribly cropped. I wonder if I can control the crop easily, or if it's just like an automatic thing or not. Anyway, hello Elmo Max, hello Tom. Thanks everyone for tuning on in. We are going to be doing a top 16 of the bots today, just for fun of it. I figured it would be a good way to kind of play through the ladder and showcase the top 16 bots in a fair format. So we're going to do that, and we'll get started in just a minute here. Sword. Top 16 bots. Yes, so there will be some authors with multiple bots in there. I didn't want to bother trying to filter it out at the moment. And I think, so I guess there'll be like 3 Team Eris bots in there. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and jump into the first game now. So you guys don't have to look at my face any longer, because we're here for the bots. So I do have it set up, so we got the cam going, and we've got, yeah, the sound and everything should be good. So in the bottom left of Persephone, we've got 12 Pool Bot. If you had to guess what 12 Pool Bot is, I'll leave that to you guys. And then taking on 12 Pool Bot is Tier T, a bot that is just a really, really fun to watch. Terran, just a monster, basically. It's got some really nice macro chops. Yeah, this is just kind of like a trial for this format. I don't stream that often, but if I do more weekend streams or something, like, this might be a fun thing to do. Maybe we will trim out repeat bots, or just do like top 24 or something like that, because I do like seeing the bots that are, there's a lot of good bots that are floating around like top 16, which is why I really pushed for the words are hard. when you've only woken up an hour ago. I pushed for the removal of the old bots in the tournament. Like, I didn't want to have bots that, like, I've been advocating for the timer, basically, that if a bot hasn't received an update in a certain amount of time, don't include it in the tournaments, because, for example, like Micro Machine with its crash bug, there's no point in having it in a tournament if it's just going to make it to the round of 8 and then lose a game or two just because it crashes. So that's my take on that anyway. So we do have Tyr going for a SCV Scout very wisely against 12 Pool Bot, because, well, 12 Pool Bot is a 12 Pool Bot. So Tyr does have this wall started on the high ground, which is exactly what you need to do against a Zergling Rush Bot. As long as there's no major fumble, Tyr should be fine. 12 Pool Bot isn't just like, it's not like a bot someone coded in a few days where it just attacks ramps, although who knows, maybe it was coded in a few days by a talented author. But, like, it's not going to necessarily always attack in. I believe it does have some sort of fight decision-making logic. So there is a world in which it might hold off till Tyr gets, like, a natural base or something like that, and then attack in if Tyr opens itself up. Phantom Bot was working on something new for 12 Pool Bot. How recent are the replays? I believe they were all collected yesterday. Shout out to Axiom for doing it. We do have the Lings trying to break the ramp. That is not going too hot. As we can see, the power of the wall. Just use your house to keep the bad guys out is the moral of this story. And yeah, if you guys are tuning in, click that like button if you haven't already. Oh, hold on. YouTube did that stupid thing where it turned off all chat again. Eric, apparently you are muted in the eyes of the YouTube gods. YouTube, for some reason, doesn't like certain chatters. I don't know if it's because you guys spam or what, but yeah, it's really dumb. You have to have, like, all chat enabled, not just, like, the top chats or whatever. Don't ask me why. It's discriminatory. So far, I think it's just you and Mind Me. So we do have TRT pushing down the ramp. This is what I was talking about. It could be a little bit risky if it moves down that ramp and allows 12 Pool Bot to dive on it. We see it is getting ready to pull back type thing. 12 Pool Bot does have a natural expansion up, and it has been known to mix in drones here and there. It's just a really great example of how bots can scale. That's right, Tom. Thumbs up. Click the like button. It's got some recent updates handed down from the Ares framework. Okay, cool. Okay, we are getting a Ghost Academy on the way for Tyr as these depots completely spaz out. I apologize. Let me know how the game sound is and stuff, guys, while we continue on with this. While we continue on with these games. The depots are very loud. Now, the command center of Tyr lands. The Lings of 12 Pool Bot are going to set upon it. It's turning into an orbital command. And the orbital's actually going to die. So Tyr kind of made a bad play with that one. Now, the Terran army is coming down the ramp as the Lings get massacred by the Hellions and Marines, but Tyr's already taken a big loss. Eric dropping a $2 donation. That's enough for a liter of gas. So thanks for that. I can make it about 9 kilometers in an Altima. So thanks for that. Yes. We all know you can't be muted, Eric. So Tyr is on a 1-base economy. 12 Pool Bot will be mining longer, as it does have the natural base. So there is a world in which it can take terrible trades with the Lings, but still potentially win out if Tyr mines out. There's also the fact that Tyr is a Terran bot, so mules are getting dropped, which means it will mine out quicker. It's not going to happen for like another 4-ish minutes or so, I believe. It's getting closer and closer, though, so... This is the beauty of 12 Pool Bot. Like, it just keeps the pressure on. It's squeezing out a new drone. The main concern is the Infernal Pre-Igniter. And 12 Pool Bot, it's got some pretty good micro logic to it. Oh, it's actually going to grab the Ghost, so that's not great. That's a very expensive loss for Tyr. But the concern is when the Lings are staying just in range of the Hellions, as we can see. Like, they back off, but they don't. which is a classic 12 pool bot thing. Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning on in to the live stream. Click that like button if you haven't already for more bots. Yeah, we've got another ghost moving out. These guys are just suicidal. They're going like solo mission Kerrigan and just getting killed. And attempted a bunker on the low ground. So that's the danger of having different pathing behavior on your units. There's definitely cases where you want to do it, but there are situations where it's not great. Those ghosts, they were trying to be main characters, but they just keep dying. Tyr does have a tank out, which will allow it to kill off more Lings. We've got 115 dead Zerglings so far, which is pretty darn painful. But again, 12 pool bot, it's sneaking up at third base. This is the beautiful scaling of 12 pool bot. Like, it's not a big factor in most of its games, but it might be a way forward to beat a bot that does the right thing to defend against something like this. Because say if Tyr keeps throwing out ghosts that are going to get killed, the Lings are afraid of the ghost for some reason. I don't know what the deal is there. They've killed so many ghosts in the past, and now they're like, I just can't do it. Oh, there we go. They finally get up the confidence. Like, pathing like that is an enigma. There's also a world in which the tank does friendly fire to Tyr's units. Tyr may be actually moving out to get aggressive, though. This could be a way forward for a victory. Cringe Micro said Busted Toast. You're the author of Phantom Bot and 12 Pool Bot, right? Unless I'm wrong. Based off the chats before. Okay, so Lings are pressuring again. Tyr does land a natural base. It's looking to take a third base. The concern for 12 Pool Bot is that it may not be able to force Tyr off a base again because there is more than enough units to kill the Lings. So I guess Tyr taking an expansion was always just a way forward. And now we've got another base going up for 12 Pool Bot. Odd drone being squeezed out here and there. But yeah, 12 Pool Bot does struggle with some engagements at times. Lings are surging into the natural, so the ghost will be in trouble. Hellions are getting kind of grabbed, but then the Lings back on out. The ghost stays alive too. So basically no kills. I think Tyr has probably reached the point of invincibility. Once it got up that extra base, it was kind of... I think it was kind of sealed, so... We probably have a result for this one. Yeah, it would be pretty surprising if Tyr lost to a bot like 12 Pool Bot, just because it's so old. So it's usually the kind of thing you address. We got that APM cruising. The Hellions are now Hellbats, which are just Ling killers for sure. As Tyr is looking to move out, 12 Pool Bot. It's trying to fight the one Hellbat, and it gets it. But yeah, Tyr's building up a ginormous army, and 12 Pool Bot will struggle. There's also a planetary at the third. You gotta love the fluidity of the Lings, though, just avoiding the danger, kind of. They don't do a perfect job avoiding the danger all the time, as we see. Like, their desire to attack in sometimes overrides their desire to retreat, it seems. More and more Lings being produced. This is a situation where, who knows, maybe if 12 Pool Bot hit multiple locations, it could forever keep Tyr back. But right now it's 33 drones against 66 SCVs. And that ain't good for the Zerg, in case you guys couldn't figure that out. Alright, we got 20 people watching. If we can get 20 likes, that would be very, very cool. We've got, I believe, up to... We're doing... I actually don't know what. It's 15 matches. The final match is going to be a best of 3, potentially, depending how my voice holds up. Because 15 games is quite a few games, which is why I'm kind of just, you know, mumble casting. Lings being fed into the gauntlet. Place your bets on how many Lings are going to be dead by the end of this game. Tyr trying to get up a 5th base. Tyr is a bot that does not rush to secure victories. It will happily take its time. Lings are kind of counterattacking. SCV is repairing the Hellbat, though. That's a nice touch. And there we go. The Lings are really trying to kill the Hellbats. Fortunately, the Hellbats don't have +1 attack, because +1 Hellbats with Blue Flame one-shot Lings no matter the upgrades of the Zerglings, I believe. Okay, so that is it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching our first game. So Tyr will advance to play the next in line, which I'm not sure what the ladder is. It might be Tito up next. We'll see. All right, GG. That's our first game. So we'll do a little poll for the second game. There is a Tito video coming up on the channel in a few days. That's just the problem with having a backlog on your videos. Okay, so our second match, it will be Tito versus Tyr. This should be a fun one. We're just going to have a little poll. It might be a bit of a challenging poll because I don't think I've ever cast Tito on the channel, so if you're not someone who peruses the ladder. Based off the... Oh, is it not showing the full out of screen thingy? That's bizarre. Oh, okay. It is. Yeah, so place your bets on who's going to win. I think it's probably Tyr favored. I'd say it's like 30-70 in favor of Tyr. Yeah, thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in. We're going to try and be good and close the polls, too. So that way we can honor everyone's predictions. All right. Bets are in. I'm going to try and... I don't think YouTube has the option for it, but it would be cool if we got, like, channel points going for betting on the matches type thing. Negative Zerg. That's a great idea for the name. Okay, so let's get started. In the upper right, we have got a bot you may have never seen before, also known as a brand of vodka. It is Tito, the Zerg bot written by MindMe, the author of Negative Zero, taking on Tyr, the bot we just saw that slew 1,000 Zerglings. And yeah, thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in. If you guys are watching this, click the like button for the YouTube bot. And big thanks to everyone who's hanging out. It's one of those weird things. Like, it's nice to be done in the AI Arena tournament, but it's like, oh, I still want to stream every now and then. So here we are. Okay, so Tito, taking a page out of Kananana's book, goes for the spawning pool first, which is definitely in track with how the author programmed Negative Zero. They always took the safe route. It was always macro when it's safe type thing. And as Zerg, that's a big decision to go for the pool first or to go for the... Yeah, to go for the pool first or to go for the hatch first. Now, that's already setting it apart from Eris, in the sense that Eris always goes hatchery first. And Eris is the best example of a Zerg bot. So just from a jumping off point, it's like, it makes you wonder, is the pool first the right decision? The Roach Warren early on, like, this is very, very Kananana-esque. We'll see if Tito's planning on getting aggressive, but I think it's probably just safety. Like, these two Lings are moving out, so it's for scouting. And then we have got the natural base going up. So big economic sacrifices early on from Tito. Like, this is incredibly Cannonana-esque. Which is fair. Cannonana is a very good Zerg bot, but Eris does get away with the greed very often. Lings run up, one turns around, one dies. So identifying the opponents on one base, which is important. Very important, actually. So I guess Tito has got some information there. Is the Overlords just sitting back at home? 3 Overlords, 3 sitting back at home. So no Overlord Scout either. I imagine that's something that will probably come with time. Is Hatch First considered greed? I wouldn't say so. Yeah, I wouldn't say that it's greedy necessarily. But like 3 hatch before pool or something like that. It's more dangerous basically. And so it depends how you want to program your bot. Like, do you want to be an aggressive author or someone who always makes it to the mid game? And I guess that's Cannonana's thing, right? With a build like this, you always make it to the mid game, but you might lose out if your opponent macros up more than you. So we've got some early aggression from Tito. A few roaches poking out. And they are skirmishing. There is notably no burrow, and the roaches are kind of staying out of range of the marauders. There's concussive shell, which is very punishing, so the roaches will not be able to retreat. So Tyr is able to get a nice little defense off. Notably, the Blue Terran is on one base, going for a Hellbat Marauder build. This is going to hit like a truck. And this is really dangerous for Tito because the Zerg already traded out a few of its units. It is set up to defend this properly in that it does have roach potential. So as long as it scouts this, which we've got Lings hanging out, they're getting ready to pop in and block these bases, I believe. But yeah, the scout is the next most important thing. And that's definitely something that will take time to build in. We get a changeling moving across the map. Fortunately, changelings last for an eternity, as this will provide good scouting for Tito to basically confirm its opponent is on one base still. And I'm hoping that it just builds units upon seeing its enemy on one base. That would be absolutely the right decision. It's going to see all these units, and the changeling actually blocks the command center. So that's a big deal if this game goes long. But Tyr's attacking now. Tito is building more drones in the face of this. There are roaches on the way. There's another queen being produced. Burrows on the way. And yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it's just roaches from here on out. We do get more drones being produced though, which is not great. As 46 drones, 2 bases against a 1 base Terran push is not ideal. Spore crawlers are being produced, so Tito is in a lot of trouble. We're going to need to see a drone pull. The roach burrowed to heal itself up. It's not unburrowing because there's all these units. Drones being pulled is quite important in a situation like this. Even against Hellbats, if the roaches can just stay alive long enough, they can kill the Hellbats. We'll see how they micro against the Hellbats too, because roaches can kite Hellbats. It's the Marauders that are the danger in the back of this. The lair is just being annihilated, as we can see. And 5 more roaches are being produced, so Tito's making the units a little bit too late. Roaches backed into a corner. The drones are doing a good job staying alive. And there's quite a bit of firepower here for the Zerg. It's 12 roaches out in total. Like, 12 roaches are not to be slept on. And it is 1 base against 1 base. So as long as Tito keeps the workers alive, it can potentially kill off the Hellbats and then deal with everything else. The burrow is keeping these roaches alive. So Tito does have that behavior being used properly, which is nice to see. We're getting Carapace and a new lair being produced upon the loss of the other lair. The lair might make sense, the Carapace not so much in the face of this. And then we've got the roaches. They are dealing with other Hellbats in the back. They've all been able to unburrow. Drones are being pulled into it. Fortunately, all the Hellbats are dead, though. And look at this huge, huge roach count from Tito. This is quite significant. And so far, there's still no detection from Tyr. And that is allowing these roaches just to keep themselves alive. They're not trading out super quickly. They do have the +1 attack. They all need to unburrow now. Like, come on, guys, get out of the ground there. This is a scrappy situation, a very good test for a new bot. But yeah, what's Tito doing? The question is, why aren't these roaches unburrowing now? Didn't a Raven get produced? There is a Raven, yeah, as these roaches unburrow and begin skirmishing with the roaches. I'm curious, are they getting their maximum firing time off? It's difficult to say, but there's not many Terran units left. And yes, a Raven was produced, but Tyr is bugging out and did not bring it. So good eye on that. And since that changeling blocked the expansion of Tyr, it means we are one base against one base. Tito lost a lot of workers, but it had got great efficiency. There is 13 roaches out. They do have glial reconstitution, and this is Tito counterattacking in very -0 fashion. Yeah, if the Raven was with the army, Tyr might have just been able to kill all the roaches. Who knows? They probably would have just sat there, I think, from a previous Tito game I saw, and been sitting ducks underground. But now Tyr is in a world of trouble. There's no tank, nothing like that. And again, roaches, they're decent against non-upgraded Marauders, non-upgraded Hellbats. Well, they're very good against the Hellbats. The Marauders, they're good against when the Marauders don't have Stim or Medivacs to support them. And then, of course, there's just the unlimited Zerg trading with the Tunneling Claws that we see. They're falling back, they're healing up, then they're going back in. Exactly how you get value out of being a Zerg bot. We get a hatchery on the way, a Spire on the way. The extra hatchery is probably going to seal the deal here because Tito has an Expo, Tyr doesn't, and Tyr never transitioned. How many roaches has it killed? 5 roaches. Basically since Burrow. Seems like you could reuse the Stalker Micro for roaches pretty easily. Yeah, roaches, though, they're kind of more bulky. They have lower range significantly. So, like, there's definitely, like, the radius of them being able to fight is way smaller. Tyr's pulling off the line, but yeah, the Raven is not great. That's a very significant bug. And I imagine the author of Tyr has thought of this. It's just, yeah, bugging out and then getting killed by the bugs. So Tito will win its first game on the channel. Very exciting. Great redundancy. Roaches slowly cleaning everything up. We've already got Corruptors out to deal with the flying buildings. Yeah, I thought Tito was dead, to be honest, but it pulled it back. So well done. All right, which means we're going to get into Tito versus our next bot. Who will challenge Tito today? Here on Pylon. This will be the 13th seed. I do have a screenshot, but it's almost better to not. It's going to be Xena. Oh, that seems crazy. Why is Xena so low on the ladder? Let me double check that. Yeah, Xena is rank 13 on the ladder. Maybe it was just reactivated. I'm going to go check that because... Oh, maybe it's got a crashing bug that's nuking its rating. That's got to be it. Oh, I didn't even realize I had my Chrome being captured. Let's see. There are... It doesn't look like there's a ton of... There's no crash. There's like a couple initialization failures. But that means no one wins. So I wonder if Xena is just kind of being solved by a lot of authors. Yeah, maybe, because like that's a significant, like Xena's usually top 3. So, okay. Xena down will now be playing against Tito. We'll do a little poll here, guys, and then we'll get started. Tito took down Tyr. Can it take down Xena? Now, in these kind of disclaimer, in these ladder matches, Xena is very it doesn't really show its best hand because it, like, I don't believe it uses data in the requested games. I could be wrong, though. And I guess you guys can see that it is Protoss Xena. Okay, we're gonna get started though. Place your predictions on who will win. Click that like button if you guys haven't already. Let me know how the audio is, and then we are going to get started. Yeah, that's what I thought. I guess it kind of matters though, like, as an author, like, I'm not a programmer. Could I be wrong that, like, you could have something in there that it has to be a ladder game for your bot to, like, use its match selection or something like that? So, yeah, the step time is kind of high. Xena might be struggling a bit. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get into the game. It's Xena taking on Tito. Prepare to die. As we can see, the data for Xena is just getting established, so maybe that's it. Xena just might not have enough data for the season, which is a valid point. Whoever said that, you're probably right. Because that's the cool thing about bots like Xena, Micro Machine, with their build selection based on ladder win rates. It basically means that, like, if they have a build with a fatal flaw on it, for example, what's the one with the rocks that die over time? Xena will try and proxy in a position it can't on that map, but eventually that will affect the win rates, so it will just do the proxy build less, so its win rates will bounce back up. I don't believe its win rate is per map, which was something that I thought was significant. Yeah. Torches, that's the one. So basically that means that, which I guess, because, like, when it's a bot like Xena, you have 3 races, you've probably got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wonder if it's got, does it only have 5 Protoss builds? Anyway, you've probably got about 15 builds. You play what? How many matches a day is it? Like 15 or something? So it's like, it takes a long time to build up data if you were to do per map data. It would definitely help in situations. We're also getting Tito being a little aggressive with 10 Zerglings out the gate. This is totally different from how it opened up in the ZVT. Yeah, I mean, -0 doesn't use data. I don't believe Eris uses data. And now we've got Xena in a lot of trouble as the 10 Lings early on are hitting it hard. Probes are being pulled, but very late. And Tito is, mind me, is getting revenge for all the Zergling rushes he's had to put up with over the years. The Lings are taking damage and then retreating. So very beautiful probe micro by Xena. The injured Lings are pulling back to regain HP. It takes a long, long time for them to do that. Now they've got speed. This, of course, hurt the income of Xena, pulling workers off the line, but it did pull the correct amount. So the natural base is up. Tito got a little bit of damage done, but it didn't get that much damage done. More mining time is being disrupted, but with good probe micro, Xena might just be fine here, and the pressure is on Tito to get damage. It's right now 13 drones against 19 probes. The Lings are not attacking the pylon because there's units sort of showing themselves. A probe gets grabbed, so good micro there. The Oddling does get dragged forward. Now the Lings are trying to fight a Zealot. It is in range of the battery, I believe, so it was getting hit juiced up. And Tito is squeezing drones out behind this. But yeah, this wasn't enough damage so far. We'll see if Xena pushes down and clears out these Lings soon enough. Like, there is already 5 Stalkers out against 17 Lings. Stalkers win that every day of the week. Xena, it's producing more Stalkers. Tito's producing more Lings. This is looking just like a mass Stalker build from Xena. The Warp Gate's been delayed, notably. Probably because of the early cheese. But yeah, Tito kind of sows chaos early on in the match. As Xena, it's just producing Stalkers defensively. It definitely needs to get more gas in its... Get more gas. It never started up Warp Gate. And sometimes... Oh, we actually have the Lings coming in once again. Xena wisely pulls back to the battery, though. Even uses the energy recharge. And look at this. The Lings are just being butchered by the Stalkers. Stalkers against Lings is a lot better for the Stalkers in bot matches than it is in human games. Which is funny to say, because Stalkers still aren't that great against mass Lings, but in with defensive positioning like that, with, say, a Zealot in the mix to help buffer. Xena is a bot that has a great example of win rates. I really like its Terran builds where it will go for similar, like it goes for its bio timing, but it has multiple bio timing builds and then it selects those based off the win rate. It's very simple, but I think it's a great example of what you can do with them. And I think, yeah, you could really take that further, like do it race specific, opponent specific, map specific. Yeah, the banks are a little egregious right now. Tito is only mining gas with 1 drone. And then... Yeah, so it's got a huge, huge mineral bank. It fires up 2 more hatcheries. It's building a queen. I'm guessing it's like capped on Zerglings or something. We do have Xena with a single Zealot being aggressive. The Lings of Tito are trying to go in for some reason. That's not great. And yeah, Xena may just have a wide open Zerg before it. So the Zerg spends its money, which is nice to see. Tito's like, oh, right, I have money to spend. After suiciding a bunch of Lings, it decides to build more. So I wonder what it was waiting for there. And Tito actually is at a very low drone count still, guys. Like, it's got 4 hatcheries, 15 drones. Whereas Xena is on 32 probes. Getting out a Twilight Council, it is getting Warp Gate, so showing us great redundancy. And yeah, Tito wants to get aggressive. We've got 41 Lings against 12 Stalkers. If Xena tries to hold the natural, it might be in trouble, but there is a battery, and I'm pretty sure there'll be an energy recharge. Probes can be pulled to help out too. And look at that, the battery just keeping the Stalkers alive so long. And yeah, it's not a great trade here for Tito. We are getting like another drone, singular. Okay, 2 drones being produced by Tito, but so far it's just bounced off of Xena. And the creep spread is just getting going for Tito, so it's not like Xena's contained on 2 bases. There are Lings blocking a 3rd base attempt. Will Xena move out to clean that up? Not yet. And fortunately, Xena is playing it passively. If Xena were to counterattack right now, Tito would just be dead. It might be getting up more workers, which is important. But yeah, Tito is on a incredibly low worker count. It's like that mineral bank it had. If it had spent that all on drones and then made Lings, it would have been better off. So definitely still some quirks. Xena is scouting. Tito does show a hand of units, and maybe enough to make Xena go, I better wait to attack. I don't know how Xena decides to attack in a situation like this. This might actually be the safe macro build. I'm guessing that's what this is. Interesting. We're getting Immortals, Stalkers, +1 Blink on the way for Xena. Tito incredibly down on workers still. It's got the economic potential with 4 bases already done. So it's got the larva, 32 larva in the bank. The injects are good. Yeah, just needs minerals, basically. So if Xena sits back another, let's say 3 minutes, there'll be a chance for Tito, because by that time it could be up to like 80 drones and then producing a ridiculous amount of units, whereas Xena has been unable to secure an expo. So it is still a 2-basing Protoss, the main base starting to mine out, which means that the economic difference between them will be less than you'd think. More and more drones being added in by Tito. The creep is continuing on. Tito better hope that like this queen doesn't pull Xena's army forward, because if Xena attacks, Tito is just dead. Capital D, dead. And yeah, let's see here, more and more drones. So Tito's like, right, I'm getting the hang of this Zerg thing. Let's build some drones. Hello, who is the current king? Right now, Tito was able to bring down Tyr in a little bit of an upset. We've got another Immortal for Xena. Yeah, Xena is kind of chilling. It's been known to do this with its macro builds. Unable to start up a third base. Is this going to be the guy to start the third? Nope. Oh, maybe this is a map that Xena's bugged on too. We've got a Burrowed Ling, we got Creep inching forward, we're getting a Spire on the way. Tito up to 75 drones. Xena really is giving it all the time that it needs. Yeah, and still no Expo. This may explain the low Xena rating. Yeah, if it's just giving it, if it's just not attacking for some reason, that would really explain it. It probably is just the data, though. Well, like, Xena will probably climb back up the ladder. Yeah, hello to everyone tuning in. There's 28 people watching. If we can get 28 likes for watching bots murder each other, that would be pretty cool. If you enjoy these weekend live streams, join the Discord. That's a good thing to do, because we don't ping in the AI Arena Discord when it's just me streaming. So join my Discord. Xena might still win. Yeah, like, the army's significant. Okay, the Protoss all of a sudden wakes up. 80 supply. That's what Xena was waiting for, it seems. If I had to guess, it's right on the money, 80 supply. It starts up a third base, and now Tito will be on the defense. And this is going to be a good test for the micro of the new Zerg bot. Looks like the answer may just be to counterattack, actually, which in a base race would really benefit the Zerg, because there's simply so many more bases. Lings are moving in. They're grabbing a Ling, and yeah, total counterattack by Tito. I really like this decision with these quick Lings. And then we have got Xena coming home, but some of the Immortals are getting caught by Hydras. Immortals are terrible against Hydras. The pathing is not great, so those are going down. My frames are dropping as the APM is spiking. Tito at 150,000 APM, Xena at 100,000. That's why we're lagging. And then we have the Natural being gutted, so Xena's economy is gone. This is really great for Tito, as the Zerg basically just needs to trade out at an acceptable rate after destroying the Protoss's economy. The Protoss is on 38 workers, which is not an amount you can't come back from, but the Zerg is on 80. And yeah, Xena kind of falls apart in the face of that big counterattack. Tito does have to rebuild units that it lost, like it lost lots of Zerglings, but now we're getting Lurkers added into the mix. And yeah, that's concerning, because the creep is looking good. My PC is still lagging. I wonder if MindMe might have to implement like a limit, or they probably already do, being an older author, just like on APM. Because what, you can have like 150k APM before the game starts to miss commands or things like that. If I'm not wrong. So Xena goes for a huge dive. Tito is on the defense. Drones are not being pulled to fight, but we do have Lurkers and Hydras en masse as Xena goes for broke. There is an Observer in the back to reveal the Lurkers potentially. The Stalker micro is pretty darn good from Xena, blinking away to avoid the danger as the Hydra count is actually thinning out. It's now 100 supply against 131, and so things are not as cut and dry as they may have seemed, although the Stalkers are now getting cleaned out. And Then we have got, yeah, that the Protoss army does get dealt with. So Tito pulls together a nice defense at its natural. We've now got a Corruptor peeing on a building, which I love. The fact that Mind Music, yes, Corruptors, they're great. And not a lot of Zerg authors actually make use of the Caustic Spray ability. Tito's being aggressive, Lings move forward. The battery allows Xena to stay alive for now. The third base is still mining. And then we have got Lurkers and Hydras pushing in towards the third. Probes debating fighting, but when it's this much Zerg supply, it's not good. So Tito is going to go on quite a nice little run here, taking down Tyr and Xena, 2 older bots. Yeah, really nice showing. Are all these authors don't like tournaments and make super good good updates after the tournaments? I like to think the tournaments motivate the authors, which they definitely do. Again, which is why I'm a big advocate for getting as many new authors in the tournaments as possible. Okay, that will be it for this game. A slow victory. Xena definitely fumbled it by not attacking. Yeah, GG. What a match. Oh yeah, some of the games have been phenomenal lately. The quality of the bot games has gone up so much in the past couple of years. Like, it's nuts. Like, it seems that most of the games are pretty decent, regardless of the result. Whereas, like, in the past, I'd go to cast games and it's like, okay, there'd be quite a few games where I'd go, oh, this is not good. Let me double check the, okay, so we just did. Okay, so now we'll jump into game 4, which is going to be another good test for Tito. Supposedly Tito is a test bot, not sure it will stay on the ladder. Yeah, who knows? Okay, guys, we're going to do predictions for this one. Do you think Tito can continue on its reign of terror against Dominion Dog? Dominion Dog has received an update lately. I'm guessing fixing some bugs, perhaps. The authors aren't super active these days, but it's a very good contender. Yeah, I really liked the early aggression by Tito. Sorry, just my lab partner. Do the predictions while I respond to my lab partner. All right, so let's get going. Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in to this live stream. If you guys enjoy the weekend live streams, kind of less formal than the tournaments, click the like button, follow the channel, subscribe. We do bonus videos for members, which is something worth checking out. I think it was Deimos versus Benbot this week. It's always hard for me to remember, though, because, you know, we have a big video backlog. Yeah. We've got Tito in the upper left, this time going for the hatchery first, so likes the pool first. Oh, wait. Did it pool first against Tyr? It did. Right? I'm not crazy. It definitely pooled first against Xena, but it did so against Tyr. So Tito is really trying out multiple builds, which makes sense with it being a test bot. So far, the aggression has seemed pretty good. Zerg is my fave, but against Terran. This honestly might be a fun format for Div 2/3 as well. Yeah, that would be a fun thing to do. Break it up by division. The problem with the divisions is they're always changing. Like, extremely. But yeah, doing like a Div 2 thing would definitely be fun. And I'd be open to that to explore the newer bots. We do have a new bot today, though, that's making a good run for it. Dominion Dog is scouting out. It's got its first Reaper on the way. I have no idea what build this Terran is going to go for. Just gotta sit down. All right, the first Reaper Scout is moving out. Bots have been getting much better across the board, I feel. Oh, I absolutely agree with that one. Okay, so the Queen is going to face-hug a Reaper, or the Reaper will face-hug a Queen. I guess usually that's by the Reaper's initiation, so that's not great, but nice move by Tito to shut that down. Yeah, well, like, the top bots are still pretty consistent, but like the mid-tier bots, like there's so many new contenders that are doing really well, which is exciting because it makes all the bots on the ladder better when you get bots that are testing the top bots. The Reaper's going to try again. I guess in theory it could eventually kill this Queen. What if it does this 2-3 more times? As the Queen of Tito takes a bit of a beating. We've got Hellions on the way by Dominion Dog, and this could be tricky. Part of being a master Zerg, which I am not, is defending cheese effectively. And all the harassment bullshit that people throw at you as the Reaper is now skirmishing with another Queen. Look how aggressive Tito's Queens are. They're like, I will catch you, Reaper. Yeah, so we'll see, because Tito could be a little susceptible to the aggression that Dominion Dog is getting ready to send out. We got 4 Hellions crossing the map. There's not a single unit other than Queens for Tito. If Dominion Dog pulls off a Hellion run-by, which it's been known to do, things could be really bad. We get 2 Roaches starting now, but that is 2 Roaches too late, as 4 Roaches are being built, but now drones are being pulled into the Hellions. That's not good. They're going to try and micro a little bit. They are not like all grouping up terribly, but damage is already being dealt. The Queens are responding, and then there's a Banshee follow-up too. So Tito is learning a hard lesson here in the face of Terran Hellion aggression. And we have 17 dead drones just like that. Now here's the Banshee to follow up. Tito's going to need Spore Crawlers or an Overseer and some Mutas to defend this. And the third base may actually just be killed here, as Roaches are trying to come down, but they have to respect the Banshee. And they are doing that. The Reaper is skirmishing. Queens are coming down, but no detection. And there is, of course, a lair, but no Overseer. Roaches of Tito are planning a counterattack, which I do like to see. We're getting Burrow as well, more drones being built. The third base was saved thanks to these Roaches sacrificing themselves. And then we've got Hyperflight Rotors on the way, and this is the scary part of Dominion Dog. It's got 2 command centers building, a 3rd and a 4th against a 3-base Zerg. I'm not sure the Banshee will be able to kill off the 3rd just due to the fact that it will run out of energy, so Queen should be able to handle that. The Roaches are causing trouble at the 3rd of Dominion Dog, so nice counterattack by Tito. We see the Roaches taking damage and pulling back. Once they have burrowed, they'll be able to cycle out a little bit quicker. But yeah, the Banshee is shutting this down. This Banshee at the 3rd is still massacring drones. And where are the Corruptors? There's none out yet. So yeah, Tito is in a terrible spot. And this is really concerning because Dominion Dog is not a bot, guys, that has struggled in the late game just due to how greedy it is economically. Oh, that Spore does get killed, not canceled. And another Banshee rolls on up. Fortunately, there are Overseers now and the Corruptors. But yeah, Dominion Dog is not a bot that tends to let games get away from it just because of how greedy it is. It will die on the greedy hill. Like, it's already got 4 bases up. Trying to come back against a Terran bot that's got twice the workers is going to be difficult. Dominion Dog also is continuously aggressive. I don't think we're going to see it be passive like Xena to allow Tito 5 minutes of nothing but drones to rebuild. I do like the Corruptors as they are fantastic anti-air units. And we know that Mind Me programmed in very good behavior with the Phoenix. So there's real potential here for harassing the air units, but I wouldn't be surprised if Dominion Dog, with this mass air style, adds in Vikings soon, which in bot matches, they wreck Corruptors. Looks like that Overseer struggles to stay out of range of the auto turret, so that's unfortunate. Every unit matters here for Tito. If it can just keep Dominion Dog busy for a long time, that might be a road to recovery. Like, mining time is being disrupted as Corruptors are shooting Banshees that need to be repaired. But there we go. The first 2 Vikings are on the way. And that is where Dominion Dog should stabilize. There are Roaches causing chaos still. They can't burrow and retreat thanks to the Raven. So great control by Dominion Dog as the Roaches are being hunted down by the Banshees. There are Corruptors inside the main base grabbing a Raven. The repair is good on the Viking, keeping it alive. The Corruptors cycling in and out to maximize their fire time. So the Vikings of Dominion Dog aren't exactly kiting. Really nice behavior, this Viking not kiting while it's being repaired to stay alive. The other Viking was getting ready to kite. So it shows just how much Corruptors struggle against late game or mass Vikings. It's totally the opposite in regular StarCraft 2. Like, Vikings, they can micro Corruptors. They've got the range, they've got the speed these days, but they still struggle immensely just because, like, you can't micro as a human that effectively. But in bot games, the rules are different, and so we already see Dominion Dog pressuring the Corruptors. They want to chase the Vikings, but they might just be like a dog with a car. They'll never catch it. As Vikings shoot, retreat, auto turret zones them out. We're now getting more Banshees on the way. Tito may need other spellcasters like Infestors to deal with this composition. But like Dominion Dog, it's taken down top Zerg bots like Eris and Cannonana in the past with this style. And so it's going to be really difficult for Tito, which had a bad opening, a terrible opening. It lost so many workers to come back. And now we've got Banshees flying on in. There is an already injured hatchery. Corruptors should be able to handle the Banshees, which is nice. So Tito holds on, adding in Hydras to Dominion Dog's on 80 SCVs. It's got mass orbitals, 5 mules on the map. Tito's playing this one out. We've really got to give credit where credit is due. I'm still just really concerned here because Dominion Dog, it's heading into 2-2. The only thing that I think could give this game away would be if Dominion Dog neglects the Vikings. And it's adding in 2 more. Right now there is 7 Corruptors to respond to all the Banshees. 2 Vikings is not enough to deal with 7 Corruptors, even if they can trade out efficiently. As long as the Corruptors commit on the Banshees, they'll be able to handle them. So this is good for Tito, as long as the Overseers stay alive. Really nice splitting of the units from both sides. This is already becoming impossible to observe, as the sun blocks out my vision coming through the window, letting me know it is indeed approaching noon. Now, there are Banshees chasing down Roaches, killing them, getting value. Tito, it's producing more Hydras. We do have range on the Hydras, which I'm a fan of. Banshee's coming in towards his third base. Tito has to respond very quickly. The Spore Crawler buys enough time for the Corruptors to respond. Tito's doing remarkably well against this, but now there's a ground army too, as Dominion Dog pokes forward with Hellbats. And then there are... yeah, Corruptors, Queens trying to respond, deal with the air units. This is really tight right now. Whether Tito can hold on against this. It's dealt with a good amount of the air units. The Roaches are numerous enough, I think, to deal with the ground army. But then the rate of trade becomes the next problem, right? Like, there's simply so much Terran production. It doesn't matter if Dominion Dog trades out poorly. Which it's not, as... we see there is 11,000 resources lost to 7,000. Tito's base is being sacked. It does a great job pulling the drones back. Dominion Dog, though, is looking good as the Banshee count. It's just uncontested. The Corruptors, they're locked in combat with the Vikings trying to grab Ravens, while the main threat guts the natural base. I'd really like to see this game again on even footing between these two bots. But... yeah, what a great game this has been. Dominion Dog will take it off the back of its great opening, but, like, Tito played pretty darn well. I'd really like to see a full macro game between these two. Yeah, really nicely done by Tito. I like to see Dominion Dog just ignoring the Xel'Naga. I'm a big fan of that. And then, yeah, well done. I think we've got our victor here. The Viking count, once the Vikings started dealing with the Corruptors, it kind of became inevitable. The Corruptor usage was really great. Let me pull up chat. I was kind of ignoring you guys during this very fun match. Just seeing how things are going. Oh, I never even ended the poll. You guys could have cheated. Like there's some talks going on about LLMs and I mean, it depends on your resources, right? Yeah, like Alpha Star is was very good, guys. The main thing is like having to retrain them, right? Like there's a difference between having to retrain an agent to solve a new cheese or something on the ladder versus just having to change a timing in a line of code. But what we've got is phenomenal. The bot scene's great. If you put the same resources today towards training a model versus using LLMs to code, the latter would win. Well, yeah, LLMs are very resource heavy, based off what you're saying. Yeah. I think there is room for machine learning, and I think we will eventually get someone who puts the resources forward. Like, we have had other machine learning bots. You mean using LLMs as resource light? Oh, did I mess up the former and the latter? Yeah. Using a model is much cheaper. The Arena doesn't support GPU. Well, Alpha Star didn't run off. Alpha Star was resource light to run. It's the creation of Alpha Star. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Like, from what I've heard from all programmers is that LLM, or that, like, getting help from AI to code doesn't really help. I think the... Uh, I mean, it definitely helps. But from what I've heard is that there's sort of like a peak, right? Like an experienced coder, to my knowledge, will like, or at least that's the thing that gets said a lot, is that like, oh, the AI makes mistakes, so you spend more time pruning the AI. For someone like me, AI definitely helps because I don't know how to code. Um, like it's good for busy work and stuff. Polls up, by the way, guys. We've got Sharkling versus Dominion Dog. It's pretty reliable. Yeah, it does. Like, it does keep getting better. Not sure it's great comparison writing code with an LLM versus training. Yeah, it is very different. Like, it's two totally different things. Like, at the end of the day, it's still a machine learning model against a programmed bot. Two totally different things. Resource-wise, yes. Just using AI to help you write code is going to be a lot cheaper. But training I still think, like, nobody's programmed a bot that's better than AlphaStar. But AlphaStar was a billion-dollar project. I can't remember the name of the project in which someone did create a machine learning bot. If you spent $1 billion programming a bot, well, if you could spend $1 billion not programming a bot, or not using an LLM, and it would absolutely be able to beat AlphaStar. But then you get into the discussion of, like, because to correct things in models, you either have to do like surgical fixes, right? Or you need to basically train your AI against whatever makes it weaker versus just changing a line of code. I don't think it's related. Microsoft using AI to code versus Windows getting worse. Windows has been getting worse since XP. Well, since 7. Although I think there was hints of Microsoft shit in 7. It's not... Yeah, you can't really compare because once players figured it, you can't compare what's better because a model is just a model, right? Like AlphaStar was just like, it wasn't going to learn anything new from the games unless you retrained it. I don't know everything. So it's like, of course, if someone programmed a 2-rack spot in spots that AlphaStar doesn't check, of course it'll beat AlphaStar. Does that make it better than AlphaStar? No. All right, I'll get into the next game. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm not sure if we'll do the full shebang today. How long have we been live? We've been live an hour. Who else is walking their dog right now? I wish I had a dog, but I don't think that's going to happen for a decade. One day, though. What sort of pupper you got there? Watching the dog? Yeah. Click that like button for long, rambling, philosophical discussions. A sheep-a-doodle. Watching Dominion Dog. Fair. Yeah, Dominion. So we've got the TVZs continuing on, guys. We've had what? One ZVP. Or I guess two ZVP. Because we had 12 Poobot tier. Yeah, so a lot of ZVTs today. Sharkling has been doing well on the ladder, though. We're in game 5. We've got up to game 15. Sharkling, yeah. It's been getting some updates. It's been doing well on the ladder. Same with Sharkbot, which is very exciting. I think Sharkbot's the best it's been on the ladder in a long, long time. Veteran, Micro Machine, and Dominion Dog being on the ladder all again is kind of my fault. Did you reach out to the authors to get them to put them on there, or... No, it's... If all the bots are Terran, all the bots are Terran. I don't give a hoot, because personally I find like the programming aspect more interesting than the like actual results or the races, I mean. I pinged a bunch of people asking if they would upload their bots. You got to get Kananana back on the ladder. Make that your next task. We need more Zerg bots. I just want to see a good match. These the Ling's kind of struggling to decide to kill that Reaper. Like, is a lot of the waffling we get just in response to movements? Like, a unit pulls back and it just breaks another bot's pathing a lot of the time, it seems. It's easy to code if your opponent's units just stood still. Unfortunately, that is not how it goes. So Sharkling is playing kind of like Tito. Lots of Lings, delayed economy. I keep losing to Dominion Dog and Micro Machine, so it hurt my own elo. Alright, we get a Hellion Dive by Dominion Dog. There is plenty of Lings for Sharkling to handle it, though. So 2 drones die. And now we have a bit of a counterattack, and Dominion Dog is a greedy, greedy bot. So 51 Lings is going to... Like, there's a Banshee, but it takes a Banshee a long time to kill 51 Lings. The third base could be in trouble and potentially just canceled. We'll see if the fourth gets it or not, too. Sharkling decides to go for the natural instead of interrupting that fourth base production. The third base is canceled. So Dominion Dog, as long as it doesn't lose any more economy, it would in theory be in a fine position. And the Lings, they're trying to break into the main. Why? There's so many SCVs you could be killing. There we go. The Lings do finally realize that there's much easier targets than trying to break through a wall they'll never get through, or at least some of them do. So Dominion Dog does take some economic damage. Unfortunately, no Lings have peeled off. They were literally right at the fourth base, but then none of them killed the SCV. Which is why my belief is that sometimes just throwing a unit in a random direction might be a good idea. Because if one Ling had peeled off there, it would have really hurt Dominion Dog's economy. If Dominion Dog was on 2 CCs behind this, I think Sharkling's in a fantastic position. Now that Dominion Dog is on 3 bases, it'll be dropping mules. 36 to 46 workers, and not a big difference. We are getting a Spore Crawler on the way up. Just a Spore Crawler. And there is a few Banshees out, so that's not good. They do have Cloak too, so Sharkling is in a lot of trouble. because it does not have detection. Oh dear, the Banshees are going to do it again, aren't they? Yeah, Sharkling's building Lings. Yeah, Sharkling's like, how about mass Zergling into Broodlords? A Queen will sacrifice itself, but no Spore Crawler, no Lair started. So there's really no end in sight to the reign of terror of the Banshees. The Lings are just hanging around to be killed for moral support, I guess. One of the Banshees does have its cloak run out, but Dominion Dog is a smart enough bot not just to retreat once cloak is expired. And yeah, Dominion Dog is looking good. Guys, it's important to remember, in the previous ProBots tournament, Dominion Dog actually had an incredible run in the King of the Hill. We've got a Banshee with 66 kills 7 minutes into the game. This one with 1 kill. Where's the other one? This guy, he's got 23. So this is the real Banshee. About to hit 69 kills. Although he does keep getting his kills stolen. Yeah, this is sad. This is sad. Womp womp. There is the micro ladder, if you want to just program micro. I think Sharkling is just dead, though. As yeah, it's still not responding to the Banshees. Just roaches and lings against mass Banshee. Doesn't work. Oh yeah, micro ladder was disabled for a little bit, but it'll be, I think, but it'll be back. The scary thing about Dominion Dog is that its Banshees will, like, they don't fall off. That's the thing. Like, it just plays macro with Banshees and it works. Well, that's what programming a StarCraft bot is, right? You come up with the best general logic you can, and then you spend the next 10 years just patching all the little holes for all the niche cases. That's what it seems to be. Oh yeah, for Zerg. Like, there's not a lot of great counters. And Dominion Dog's even shown us that Mass Banshee can beat, like, Mass Infestor if you have enough Banshees. Alright, so there is that game. So we'll jump into game 6. Oh yeah. Like, if you don't know what a bot is, but you know what StarCraft is, which fortunately the StarCraft 2 community is pretty mature. I don't get a lot of dumb comments of like, why is this bot so dumb? It's like, well, there's a reason for that. It looks dumb in this case, but it's incredible programming. So, oh, I forgot to end the poll again. They really need to add timed polls on YouTube. All right, here we are into the next game. The poll is live. I'm pretty confident Dominion Dog will take this one because Veteran is very, very old. Yeah, I do enjoy when the algorithm suggests StarCraft bots to people who haven't seen anything StarCraft related in a decade, and they're like, what on earth is this? All right, so we're getting a dirty proxy from Veteran. It likes to go for this, like, split proxy Reaper. It's strategy tournament proxy Reapers. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're still watching, click that like button if you haven't already. If you enjoy these weekend streams. I never played StarCraft 2, found your channel from History of Chess Bot videos. Just teach the kids to program bots? Oh, absolutely. There have been programming instructors who've used StarCraft 2 Arena as an example, or as a, like, as part of their course. I'm just debating right now whether we're going to finish the whole thing today or not, because we're currently on game 6 out of 14. We do have the proxy starting off for Veteran. We can have a pee break. Yeah, coffee might be a good idea. Reapers are poking Dominion Dog, which is trying to get up an Expo. This is the logic behind the build of Veteran, where the Reapers kind of hit multiple locations. It's the throw things at the wall and see what sticks. The Marine of Dominion Dog is wisely not trying to challenge the Reaper on the low ground, but Dominion Dog's in a lot of trouble here as Veteran's Reapers are doing work. There is a Reaper on the other side of the map, but it's 1 against 2. The proxy player always wins in this situation because they simply kill the opponent so much quicker. If that Marine dies, there's nothing to oppose the Reapers of Veteran. So as long as they stay aggressive, things will be good. The SCV pull from Veteran is quite good as well, just sandbagging the attack of Dominion Dog's Reaper. The Reapers of Veteran are not doing as much work as they could. They notably did not interrupt the natural base. SCVs of Dominion Dog are being killed, but there are Marines being produced, so Veteran not snowballing this as a human player might have. A human would have already GG'd if they were Dominion Dog, because there's just no coming back against this. But if Veteran doesn't use its Reapers efficiently enough, or say Dominion Dog can squeeze out a tank or something, it might be fine. But it is just losing SCVs and Marines, so it might never get up the units it needs. And the Mass Reaper, the old Veteran, may have just been able to bring down Dominion Dog, and who else can end the Terran bot's reign of terror but another Terran bot? The only way to stop a Terran bot with a gun is another Terran bot with a gun. As we have got the Marines of Veteran poking on in as it kind of transitions, and Dominion Dog is dead. Huh. Look at that. Very powerful proxy. If Dominion Dog had got out a Cyclone, we might have been looking at a different game, but it really goes to show how well Veteran holds up. This bot hasn't been updated in like 5+ years or something like that. All right, that is it. I think we'll do one more game. We'll do one more game, then I'll go back to playing... Well, I'll do some homework, then I'll go back to playing Civ. Dominion Dog is a bot that will play it out. No bunker versus Proxy Reaper. Yeah, Dominion Dog should have just played like every other Terran bot and built a bunker. Civ 6. GG. I forgot to end the poll again. All right, we'll get into our final game of the day. Unless we can hit 10,000 likes, then we'll do the rest of the tournament. It's going to be on ley lines. It will be Veteran taking on Sharkbot. Ooh, that'll be a good one. Okay, guys, put your votes in for who wins. The underrated Sharkbot that sometimes fumbles against Veteran, which just took down Dominion Dog. I think anything can happen here. If you want to support AI Arena and you're just new to the scene, go to AIarena.net. There's a link to the Patreon. We wouldn't have all these awesome bot games without it. The actual infrastructure to run the games. All right, so let's get going. Let me go ahead and close that poll. 75% saying Sharkbot wins. I have guessed wrong for every match. Yeah, predicting best of ones is very difficult. The finals of this will be a best of 3, potentially. Oh gosh, we've got double probes moving out. Sharkbot, the scumbag. And there's no pylon, so the pylon will be getting built on Veteran's side of the map. And there it is. Pylon going up to force some SCVs off the line of Veteran. Veteran pulls 2 SCVs to deal with the aggressive probe, but it is ignoring the pylon. So Veteran just ignores its problems as Sharkbot builds 3 gates on the other side of the map. The pylon is holding the door open as the probes are darting back in to be a nuisance. If they can get on the SCV, that would be nice. Great targeting on the SCVs by Sharkbot. Like, that SCV had been exposed for a second and the probes had retargeted on it. And now Veteran's going to be in a world of trouble. It does at least have a second Rax on the way. It will probably build a Reaper from the seam of things? No, what's it gonna build? It's probably saving money for an orbital. Oh dear, that's not good. That's really delaying the first Marine in the face of a Zealot rush, and these are chrono boosted, boys. A supply depot and a factory before a unit. What are you doing, Veteran? Oh, I think Veteran just signed its own death warrant. Yeah, like, this is so late. The first Zealot's already moving in. Sharkbot's not pooling 8 Zealots or something like that. So, Veteran is probably dead. Sharkbot says, opponent, I've heard legends about your micro. Time to see if they're true. Yeah, Veteran just lost so much mining time due to the probes as well. All the SCVs are trying to get the probes. Ignore the Zealots. And then we do have 2 Reapers on the way. Reapers can work magic against Zealots because they can kite forever. If Sharkbots... It's not looking good for Veteran, but there's always a chance when there's Reapers involved, except when they grenade themselves. Another Reaper is just about to pop out. 2 Zealots are chasing it. The other Reaper grenades itself. Like, oh gosh, that one Reaper's so injured. You gotta stay alive, Reapers. The Terran does have mules. There is a world in which, say, a veteran can get up 6 Reapers. Nope, one of them just died. That it could have won, but oh yeah, it just falls apart. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, veteran just GG's as the last unit dies. That is a good place to end it, I think. Yeah. We'll pick this up. I might finish the King of the Hill in a video. I might do it in a stream tomorrow, depending how I'm feeling. I might do it next week. I guess the moral of that story is to subscribe if you've watched up until this point. If you haven't already, click the like button. I'll see you guys next time. And yeah. All right. Have a great weekend, everyone. GG's.